Hi guys, have you ever found yourself associating everything or attributing every stressful occurrence to yourself? Maybe something happened to you or something happened in your surrounding. Every time you feel like you are the cause of it. So guys, today I want us to look at self-blame. But before we do so, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so. Hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment. So guys, today I want us to look at what are the causes of self-blame, results of self-blame, and how we can be able to overcome self-blame. So let's start by looking at the causes of self-blame. And number one thing is upbringing or self-criticism. So self-criticism comes as a result of when this person was being brought up, they happened to be around people who kept on criticizing them or judging them unfairly. And for some reason, they were shown that everything that is happening, it's happening because of them. So they learned to keep, or they internalized those statements, and every time something happened, they believed that they must be the cause of it. So this person grew up with this mentality, and up to now they feel like this and that is happening because I did this and that. And number two, it's those people who are overconfident, or those people who are so strong. Being strong is not a problem. Being strong is actually a good thing. But then when you are overconfident, you believe that you can be able to tackle or to handle everything. So every time you fail, you feel like it's because I didn't do my best. Every time you fail, you feel like this is just because I did this and that. And I feel the problem is you don't give yourself room for failure. When you give yourself room for failure, something would not come out the way you would have expected it to come out, you will be able to understand that you are human and we can all make mistakes, and you will be able to move on past that. And number three is poor self-care or poor self-love. This happens to the people who, when they were being brought up, they were not shown love or they were not shown care. So they grew up knowing how to take care of the people surrounding them, but they did not know how they're supposed to take care of themselves. So every time something happens, they feel like it's because of them, as in they don't know how to love themselves. Because if you love yourself, then you will not allow stress to come to you, or you will not keep blaming yourself, saying that this is because I did this and that. And even if you are the cause of it, you will be able to forgive yourself because you love yourself and be able to move past that. And the last but not least cause of self-blame, it's chronic shame or guilt. This happens when there's a part of you that you've not learned to accept, maybe in terms of your character or your personality or the way you appear. So every time something happens, you feel like it is associated to your appearance or your personality. So the best thing is to learn to accept yourself, so that you don't keep blaming yourself for something that doesn't even have anything to do with you. So guys, now let's move on to the results of self-blame. And number one, it's depression. Every time you keep blaming yourself for things that have to do with you and the things that don't have to do with you, you will end up being so much stressed, and this can lead to depression. And number two, it's loss of self-confidence. This happens when you keep blaming yourself. You will lose that confidence, even the confidence to talk, to stand before people, because every time you feel like you are just causing negative things to happen. So the best thing is just to be confident about yourself, so that you don't end up losing your self-confidence. And the last but not least, it's unsatisfying relationship. This happens maybe, for example, in your workplace, because you are scared that something might fail and you might be associated to the failure of that thing. You will end up taking so many responsibilities that you cannot even be able to handle. And for some reason, people will take advantage of it and they will end up exploiting you. And in a love relationship, maybe marriage or something, you will end up being abused, because especially when your partner realizes that you have this weakness of self-blame. Every time something happens, they will abuse you and make you feel like you're the cause of it, because they have already realized that that is your weakness. So guys, now let's move on to how can we be able to overcome self-blame. And number one, it's take responsibility. Once you take responsibility, you will be able to realize this was my responsibility and the other one was someone else's responsibility. So every time something happens, you will be able to, if it was your responsibility, you will be able to forgive yourself and move on. And if it was someone else's responsibility, then you will not take burden of it. The other point is to love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be real about your shortcomings and your strengths. And the last but not least point is to seek help. If it's something that you need to seek help about, don't feel weak. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness. Seek help, and through that you will be able to overcome this thing of self-blame. So guys, that is all that we have for today. Kindly hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment, and let's meet in the next video.